Now, let's get right to it with our first franchisor presentation, Premier Rental Purchase. I would like to welcome Trooper Earle. Trooper, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm Trooper Earle, President and CEO of Premier Rental Purchase, and I appreciate everybody taking the time today to learn about our brand. We've done a nice video for you, so I'll let that video take over in a bit. That will allow you to see some of our stores, allow you to hear from some of our franchisees, our associates, and our customers, better than listening to me. But before I do, I want to kind of give you a little bit of background of our franchise. Our franchise started in 2005, but it really got started back in 1983. So there's 22 years prior to our franchise that the video doesn't explain. I'd like to explain a little bit of it to you because I think it helps you understand who we are and why we do some of the things that we do. So I graduated from college in the early 80s, and just like every college student back then with a degree, I needed to get a job. So I found myself looking for an opportunity, and I found a manager trainee program with a small 3-store chain in Virginia selling furniture, appliances, and electronics. And they were doing this thing called rent-own, and they were a franchisee of a larger chain, about 600-store chain at the time. So I went to work for them in about a 2-week manager trainee crash course. They put me in the one store that they had that was troubled, and I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew was the customers wanted products, and my job was to get it in their home. And then once we got it in their home, help them maintain the product and help them make their payments on time. And if they couldn't make their payments on time, my job was to get the merchandise back and to resell it to somebody else. Everything else was customer service. So with that, and with that basic knowledge that I had, I found out I was very successful in the industry. Within several months, that store turned around. Within a year, I was running the 3-store chain. And 2 years after I started with them, the franchisee and another franchisee, a friend of his, asked me if I wanted to go in business with them and be a junior partner. And I said, sure. They supplied the capital. I did the hard work. So in May of 1985, I opened my first store. And 14 months later, I was opening my 4th store. All of our stores hit profitability and cash flow within 2 to 3 months. Everything was going swimmingly well. And then next 6 years or so, we opened an additional 5th store. But I found at that point in time, and this is part of why the history is important as a franchisee, my franchisor at the time wasn't giving me the resources and the tools I needed to really grow. So after 7 years as a junior partner, I decided to buy out my partners. And with the help of the franchisor at the time, with the funding help, I thought I could make the franchise, my franchise, more successful. In March of 1993, I became the sole owner of my franchise, 5 locations. And in 9 months, I acquired all the stores in Virginia, all the franchise locations in Virginia, some in Maryland and West Virginia. I became the 3rd largest franchisee in the system, basically within less than a year. And I was also the youngest at the time. Everything was going well. The banks loved me. The franchise loved me. We were able to do a lot of wonderful things. We were turning around these stores, and about a year and a half into it, unfortunately, my franchisor had some financial challenges, which trickled down to me as the franchisee. After dealing with that for about a year and a half, I decided I wasn't going to rest my future on the franchisor, which I thought should be doing a better job than they were. So I left and I joined another brand that was just getting started. I sold back a bunch of my stores and kept a core group of stores, and joined an organization out of Florida, which was started by another fellow franchisee friend of mine. And they had big plans. They were connected with movers and shakers in the industry, people who can make something happen, and they wanted to essentially roll up the industry. At the time, they had like 8,000 stores, and they thought they could do it. And after about a year, it wasn't the right thing for me, so I pulled out of that organization and kind of went back to doing my own thing. And that organization went off and did consolidate over the next 3 to 5 years, 700, 800 stores. Eventually, there was a feeding frenzy of publicly traded companies. There was about 8 of them in the late 90s. They consolidated down to the 2 that we currently have in our industry. And what happened was there was a whole bunch of seasoned operators that wanted, they were getting displaced by all the acquisitions that were going on. So they contacted me and won a year for 5 years from about 1998 to 2003. I helped one, at the time, licensee become a licensee of our organization. And I really became kind of fixated with trying to help our franchisees be as successful as I knew I was doing it. I ended up selling the core stores that I had to focus on this. And from 2003 to 2005, we just started to rocket. Our locations went to 16 locations. We were growing very, very fast. And I realized that the licensing model that we had at the time wasn't going to work for us long term. So we changed to a franchise organization. I went to all my licensees at the time and said, I'm going to rip up the licensing organization or the agreement and give everybody two choices. You can either leave the organization now, no strings attached, and do your own thing and be independent, or you can stay with us for a 5-year franchise period. In the first 5 years, at the end of the first 5 years, you could leave, no strings attached. Well, 2 of our licensees did take me up on that. All the others stayed with us, and 5 years later, every one of them re-signed, and that's the beginning of our franchise organization. So with that, I'll cue the video, and then I'll come back afterwards to answer question and answers. Thank you.
Premier's leadership and success in rent-to-own is defined by our relationships with our associates and our customers. Our associates know how to make our customers feel appreciated by offering them a premier level of service. Our associates help our customers get the home furnishings their families need, quickly and easily. Premier Rental Purchase rents and sells home furnishing products. Currently, our reach is across 15 states with 42 stores. The variety of furniture that we carry allows our customers to outfit every room in their home, from comfortable bedroom sets to dining tables and chairs that can accommodate the whole family. We carry a wide selection of name brand electronics, making Premier their #1 destination to outfit any home entertainment system. We understand the importance of quality appliances to running a household smoothly, so our customers can depend on Premier to have the refrigerator, freezer, or washer and dryer that fits their budget and timeline. What we offer at our stores can extend beyond traditional merchandise. Some of our locations carry jewelry and car tires. Yes, tires too. Our stores are centrally located in communities, so it is easy for our customers to stop in and see us. Our customers enjoy the benefits of flexible transactions. They can pay up to 90 days same as cash, or choose payments that fit their paycheck schedule, whether weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Since we provide maintenance for every item our customers take home, we can ensure that our customers stay happy and the merchandise stays in great working order. Customers can upgrade or downgrade their merchandise at any time. Free delivery and pickup is a benefit that all customers appreciate, and they are never obligated to keep any merchandise. They simply return the merchandise and their payment obligations stop. Once a customer establishes a good working relationship with us, they can buy anything else they need with ease. Premier sets the gold standard in customer service, and this is something our customers love and can depend on. Premier customers have traditionally been low to middle income, young couples, single parents, and short-term renters. But in the past few years, young professionals such as millennials and Gen Z consumers have shown they prefer to rent rather than own. Premier understands these customers are used to renting music, online entertainment, and software, so we can anticipate that business will increase from these young workers who see the benefits of rent-to-own. We offer them the ability to maintain their mobile and transitional lifestyles. Premier Rent-to-Own is a high-margin business and enjoys some extremely profitable locations. Unlike other retail stores where revenue can rise and fall depending on weather and the economy, the rental purchase transaction is a very stable income-producing business, and Premier is a growing brand. Over the past 3 years, Premier has reinvested more than $600,000 to make our system stronger and our stores more profitable. Premier has invested in our comprehensive online and in-person training systems. We've opened a new development center and expanded into advanced technologies such as our consumer app and store websites. Premier has always been focused on meeting the challenges of tomorrow, and as a result of our constant forward thinking, we have very loyal franchisees and associates that always look for the opportunities that tomorrow will bring. To show our commitment to our franchisees and associates, Premier's sister company, Peak State Performance, handles all human resources tasks. Peak State helps with recruiting, hiring, onboarding, employee motivation, and provides comprehensive training with Premier University. They also handle employee discipline, termination, exit interviews, and post-employment.
Peak State Performance is your best friend if you allow us to be, because it will allow you, we can provide you all the information on the training and the handbooks and everything that you need to do. We focus on this industry and this franchise. So from that, the collaboration and the camaraderie and everything is very important, and we're here to hold your hand and set it up. You don't have to worry about doing that.
With the support of Peak State, our franchisees are free to focus on the success of their stores. Premier's success didn't happen overnight. Trooper Earle founded Premier in 1995, and by 2005, Premier had grown to 16 locations in 8 states. In 2009, Franchise Times magazine named Premier as the 5th fastest growing young franchise in the nation. Trooper realized that the growth Premier had experienced from seasoned industry professionals looking to own their own business needed to change, and he began to focus Premier more along the lines of a traditional franchise. His focus shifted to attracting investor-grade franchisees who were looking for high-yield, stable income and easy-to-manage franchises to invest in. In 2017, Premier began a massive reinvestment in its franchise system by improving all its systems, manuals, and operating documentation. Premier University was upgraded to a comprehensive video-based online training system. A flagship training store in Texas City was built, along with a state-of-the-art digital in-person and virtual training academy that can accommodate up to 20 in-person and 250 virtual attendees. In 2020, COVID hit all brick-and-mortar stores across the country. Since rent-to-own was considered an essential service, most Premier stores increased their business during this pandemic. And now, with customers returning to retail stores, Premier has doubled down on their commitment to helping their franchisees with support, such as financial forecasting and funding assistance, site selection and lease negotiation, store opening and ongoing operational support, financial services like bill paying and cash management, our National Training and Development Center for ongoing education, Premier University, our digital learning management system, purchasing group and advanced tools to find the best deals, established preferred vendor network, innovative marketing programs that include social media and digital marketing support, annual conventions and conferences to unify and share our collective knowledge, and some of the most advanced technology in the industry, including the industry's first full-function consumer app and our innovative Connect app that allows franchisees and associates to do most business functions right from their phone. The future looks very bright for our new Premier franchisees who will enjoy enhanced support beginning with our extensive franchisee qualification process. New franchisees are vetted completely, and before they can sign any franchise agreement, they must complete several online educational processes and spend a full day in our flagship store observing our operations. Before any franchise is approved to sign a franchise agreement, they must fully understand and acknowledge what is required to be a successful Premier franchisee. Once approved, every new franchisee and top management team then must complete a 10-day training course at our Development Center in Texas. The new franchisee will receive on-site support during the opening stage and ongoing training support every 3 to 6 months until the new store achieves its projected success benchmark. Afterward, Premier offers a variety of enhanced training programs every month, as well as regular virtual meetings and semi-annual in-person meetings. These include our annual convention, awards banquet, and franchisee celebration to help energize and keep all franchisees working together. Premier is a family. It has now been 26 years since the first store in Florida put up the Premier franchise sign. We are proud of our brand, franchisees, and associates. We are proud of the service we provide to our customers, and we are excited for the next decade of success.
Our culture at Premier is very unique. It's much like a family atmosphere, and it has a lot to do with the way we got started. And it's because we helped seasoned operators become owner-operators, and they had lots of opinions of how they had done it in the past and how we should do it in the future and that kind of stuff. And as a result, our organization became very open to taking franchisee feedback, and we encourage it.
The best thing about owning a Premier franchise, number one, the flexibility. It's also a franchise where you have some input. So, running the business or having a successful business is one thing. Being able to participate in the decision-making process, the direction, as times change, you're always stay on the cutting edge.
Premier is better because everything is a family. Our staff is a family. The community we treat them more as family, whether you met them for the first time or you've known them all your life.
The freedom and the things that come with it, also being able to make them choices of what you want to do in your store, and that's kind of what pushed us in that direction to join Premier.
Becoming a Premier franchisee was the very best decision and the very best opportunity for me, my family, as well as the customers within my store.
We do different outreaches, wintertime coats for the needy. We do shoes for children for school, and different walking events that we raise money for the homeless.
I'd rather come here than go to Walmart or Sears or anywhere to get anything, It's the customer service, yes sir. For me, it makes me feel good about just coming in here and buying anything.
I love Premier because of the prices, and the stuff that they get is up-to-date stuff. You know how some places you go and they don't sell like the purses, for instance, that Angelo had. The day he put those purses in here, I told him, Angelo, that's going to be a #1 seller right there. And it has been.
So if it wasn't for Premier, I wouldn't be able to get the nice things that I have, because I didn't have the large down payments that the other companies require. I couldn't go to Rooms to Go. Rooms to Go required credit scores. At that time, I didn't have a checking account. And right now, I probably would never leave Premier to even go now.
I am very involved with all of our franchisees. In fact, almost every franchisee starts with me. May come through the sales program, but at some point when they do financial projections, they are working with me directly. And therefore, I think that our franchisees know that if there's ever a problem in the organization and someone's not doing their job or they're not getting the results that they need, they don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call me directly.
Trooper helped quite a bit in the beginning. The part that he was very vital in is becoming an operator. Having the network behind me with Premier to worry about the tax part of it, the payroll, the expenses, all that stuff. I was just a manager, and I learned to become an operator while I was doing it.
At Premier, our franchisees have a high quality of ownership. Our stores are open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Our hours of operations are 10 to 7 Monday through Thursday, 10 to 8 on Friday, and 10 to 6 on Saturday. We generally operate our business anywhere with 4 to 7 employees. We have either 2 to 3 trucks. When the business is closed, while our digital storefront is always open, our franchisees are free to focus on their lives and their personal goals.
Premier is a great lifestyle business. It allows me to have the freedom to, I think if you compare it to a corporate career, I was in corporate for about 12 years, you're locked into the daily routine and things that you have to do, and being with Premier allows me to have some flexibility in my schedule, flexibility with my family time. I'm not going to say we don't punch a clock, but the support systems that we have, I'm able to go do some of the other fun things in life that aren't just business oriented.
Our industry is a highly profitable industry. Our average cost of our product is about $350. We mark it up about 4 to 5 times, and our customers pay that over about 18, 21-month periods. So we're generating 400 to 500% of revenue of our cost. Once we hit the break-even point for a business, which is generally around $600,000 a year, about $50,000 a month, at that point, about 60 cents on every gross dollar should hit the bottom line on the cash flow. So there's a high margin, high profitability in our industry. We're a brick and mortar retail store, and we do deliveries, but you don't need a fleet of trucks. You need 2 to 3 good trucks, usually a box truck and sometimes a smaller vehicle in order to make deliveries or service calls to our customers. So it's a very manageable fleet. We have an owner advisory council, and they meet on a monthly basis or as needed as well. They meet in person at our annual events, just like any franchise council. This group of franchisees commits themselves to getting together, going over what we're doing, getting feedback from all the other franchisees. They're also a great conduit from the franchisee to the executive team and making sure information flows both ways. Our franchise fee is $45,000, and there are discounts for seasoned operators to lower it to $25,000. Our franchise royalty is 5%, and the average total cost of investment is $650,000. With regards to our fees, there's a $250 a month technology fee, a $250 national marketing fee, and a $25 training fee. In addition to those fees, we have two other fees, which are $150 a month towards our convention fee and $225 a month towards our purchasing fee. Both of those you can earn credits to receive 100% back of the money you paid by attending those semi-annual events. And unlike many other franchise organizations, we do not have a markup on the purchasing of our products. Our franchise support network is probably greater than most, largely because when we got started we were working with seasoned owner-operators who really didn't need help on how to operate the business. They needed help on how to own the business. So we have bill paying support, we have HR support, we have obviously marketing and purchasing support. We have a host of support that has to do with franchise ownership. In recent years, our business focus has changed to be more of the investor grade, and that investor grade has a lot to do with operational support. So now we have that layered in on top of operational support and franchise ownership support. So it's very extensive. Our franchise training program is very extensive, and it starts with the interview process of our candidates. And they go through a pretty extensive interview process to make sure they fully understand our business and they're well suited for our industry. And then there's an observation day in which they get a hands-on approach of saying they understand our business. And after that, if all works out, we do an orientation day, and then followed by a 10-day training program at our training center in Texas City, Texas. There's classroom, but there's also hands-on experience working in a store. Then they go back and they'll open up their store, and then we do some on-site training. And then after that, every 3 to 6 months afterwards, until they hit the agreed benchmark for the success of their business in their local market, they'll be coming back to our training center in Texas City, Texas for ongoing training and development and try to figure out what they need to do and change in order to meet their benchmarks. Then after that, we have constant ongoing programs for our franchisees for them to come to Texas City and get additional training that they need.
The training support is coming along a lot. We have the training center here now, and a lot of different classes, and the online training and stuff seem to help out my employees. They've all got certified, and they all seem to like it and learned a lot.
Premier, as far as support, what they did in the beginning is we were able to meet up with Trooper, go visit some stores. Premier support has been great over the years. We've been in business for 16, 17 years. There's a lot of dealers out there that we can pick up the phone and call. We know Trooper and his team's there if we need the help.
As far as the support group within Premier, as you see the new university we have now, and just there's a lot of good, successful stories, and if you're going to do it, you have to do it right. But I think there's enough support within this organization to become an owner and be successful.
At Premier, we have 4 core values that we live by: respect, listen, and respond, compassion with accountability, integrity above all, and together we succeed.
What I like about working with the customers, because I've been doing this for 30 years now, is you can say that we're different. Everybody can say they're different. But at Premier, after 17 years now, our customers love us. It's not just a statement. We're still home to them. We're brick and mortar still exists, but our customers love coming to see us. They still do. It's not just about a product. We've known them for years, and it doesn't matter what store I go into. It's like your friends are actually at the store, and I know that sounds strange for somebody that might not be in the business, but your friends are actually at the store and they still come see us, and they have relied on us. And in a business, I always felt like, we think they rely on us, but I think we forget how much we rely on them, not just financially, just as it being a fun industry to be in. Yes, we help them out, but they help us just as much, and it is one big Premier family with the customers.
Premier provides a business opportunity for our franchisees to not only love what they do, but to succeed. Success starts right here at our National Training and Development Center in Texas City, Texas. We can handle up to 20 people in person and 250 virtually. Heading up our operational support is VP of Operations Mike Lewis. He is a 30-year veteran of the industry and 17-year veteran with Premier. As for marketing support, that's Nancy Price, Director of Marketing. Our marketing support is extensive. It starts with the grand opening and includes traditional marketing, digital marketing, social media marketing, customer retention, and much more. Our business model is unique. While we're in the retail business and we have brick and mortar stores as well as online shopping for our customers, we're really not selling products. We're really selling an income stream. We have a recurring revenue which makes our income very, very stable, which allows us from month to month to have the comfort of the income to cover our expenses and to predict our ongoing profitability. At Premier, we have perfected an operating, a marketing, and a purchasing system for you to follow for your success. Rent-to-own is a high-margin cash flow-based business with some unique tax advantages that allows us to enjoy some highly profitable locations. I'm Trooper Earle, CEO and founder of Premier Rental Purchase, and we'd like to talk to you about a franchise. Okay, well, thanks everyone. Hopefully that video was a lot more entertaining than listening to me talk straight for that kind of time. Thanks. I'm looking at the chat here and I see a bunch of questions, so I've got some time here, so I'm gonna try to answer some of those questions. First question I see, do I have to have previous rent-to-own experience to open a Premier store? No, absolutely not. Even though that's how we got started, and a lot of our franchisees are previous experienced operators, we actually prefer people who don't have the experience because we've learned a lot over the years and kind of we had to untrain bad habits. So no, if you don't have experience, we'd love to talk with you. Another question here, what's the time frame for opening and signing a franchise agreement and opening a store? Well, the two big components is real estate and funding. We can help you with both of those. So once those are done, generally, once we secure the location and the funding, we are looking at about a 6-week opening plan. So sometimes the funding can take a couple of months, and location these days is challenging. It's getting less because of pandemic. Let's see, got a little bit more time here. How do I get more information about the franchise? Well, you can call us at 1-800, the number 2, and then just spell out Premier on your phone, or go to www.premierrents.com, and we'd love to talk with you. What can Premier do to help me with opening my own franchise? I don't know. I mean, I've not really been involved in other franchise organizations, but we are extensive. We have done everything for our franchise. We'll help them with funding. We'll help them with location. We have an entire company dedicated to HR and human resources. That's a big component. We have technology that's cutting edge, and that we're the first in the industry on some things. So I don't know. When we started doing this, we were helping seasoned operators become owner operators. So there's a lot of ownership support that we are prepared to help you with, as well as running the store. And that's what our training center does. How do I hire my staff? Well, we have an entire company to do that for you. So Peak State Performance is exactly what it sounds like, to help you hire the right staff, onboard them, train them, motivate them, handle disciplinary issues. So that's pretty much one of our keys to our success. Is it hard to recover your merchandise from customers who don't pay timely? No, most people are good people. Just call them up and say, if you can't make the payment, we always would want them back when they're ready to get back on their feet or something. Most of the time we can hold the merchandise and deliver it right back to them. And they don't lose credit with us too. So if they pay into merchandise with us and they voluntarily return it, they can pick up that credit later on same merchandise or another merchandise. As a franchisee, do I need to run my store every day? No, no. In fact, some of our franchisees are owner operators. They open the store in the morning and run it. But the industry is designed for multiple locations. So we have many franchisees that don't operate their stores. They hire staff to do that. And we can help you hire the staff, train and monitor them. And we have systems that you don't have to be in the store to know what's going on in your business on an ongoing basis. Let's see, I'm getting close. I'll give you one more, which is your customers go in the, or associates go in the home. Let me paraphrase here a little bit. And what about safety and screening of your employees? All of our associates are screened to make sure the background checks to make sure we know who they are. Then we also have some unique things that we're working on in the industry, which allows customers to validate who comes to their door and knocks on their door. That's kind of something we're rolling out right now, which is new to the industry. But we take the protection and the privacy of our customers very seriously, and I think that's part of why we're so successful. So I think that's kind of it for my time. Again, I'd love to talk with everybody. If you have some more questions, I'd love to hear them. Send them to me. We'll make sure we contact you. And then anybody wants to give us a call and talk more, 1-800, the number 2, Premier. Thank you, Franchise Times. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Trooper. We really appreciate you being with us today in that informative presentation. Really appreciate it. For our attendees, hold on a moment and we'll be back with our next presentation. Thank you.